So the walk in Alzheimer's started with the Alzheimer's Association. But to me, the walk is showing a purpose of moving forward and getting closer to finding that cure for Alzheimer's that we're all funding for. Hi, I'm Emily Toombs, and I am Sigma Kappa's Vice President of Philanthropic Services. So to plan the walk, I had to go through several different people that were above me. I had to go through Andrew Rash, who was our Greek life coordinator, and then he sent it up the chain to the COVID task force for events. I also had to go through the events committee or the events planning here on campus. I first started by sending them a detailed plan about what I was going to do, what the event was actually going to happen. And then below that was going to be the COVID precautions. For us personally, we had everybody sign a liability waiver. We had everybody's temperature taken, and everybody had to keep their mask on at all times. Since this event was outside, we weren't super cautious about the social distancing, but we did encourage people to stay apart. It was difficult. It was definitely something that challenged me and made me think outside the box of what really needed to happen and what needed to be looked at before we could even do it. Because, I mean, none of us have experienced a global pandemic before, and me being a college student, I barely know what I'm really doing in life. I have to go and plan this event, but with the support of my sisters and the Greek coordinator and the COVID events team, we're able to come together and create this event and make it possible and safe for everybody that attended. One thing I did to encourage campus involvement was we did a ton of tabling, and we pulled in a bunch of people from the sides, and we told them about our cause and told them about our philanthropy, and we asked them if they wanted to register. And if they were really concerned about COVID, we told them all the precautions that we were taking through it. And usually after that, they would calm down a little bit. I also got in contact with a lot of the Greek organizations as well as other outside organizations and told them about our event. Because since recruitment this year looked really different, a lot of people have not been able to get together with their own chapters. So not only was this for a good cause and for our philanthropy, but also other chapters were able to get together in a safe environment and intermingle. So that was one of the tools that I had to get people involved. And we also had a ton of people bring in their families, which was super surprising. It was super supportive, and I loved it. I would say my main goal is just to raise awareness. When I was first going through recruitment and when I was first joining Sigma Kappa, I mean, I didn't even know what Alzheimer's was. I've never really heard of it. Nobody in my hometown was really impacted by it, nor was my family. So when I first joined, and we did our first walk in Alzheimer's, it was amazing to see how many people from the community were able to come out and support this cause that I didn't even know existed. And so my main goal for this walk was just to really raise awareness of this disease and help raise money to find a cure for it. Sigma Kappa's involvement with the walk is the Alzheimer's Association is our main philanthropy. So every year we volunteer at the walk in Alzheimer's. Normally it's in the Bowling Green community, but since of COVID this year, we weren't able to have that opportunity to get together with the rest of the community. So Sigma Kappa, as a chapter, we decided to host our own. So Sigma Kappa helps with the Alzheimer's Association by first walking with the Walk in Alzheimer's, but throughout the year, we keep funding we sell scrunchies, straws, anything like that. We continue to have Facebook fundraisers, different events throughout the semester, because although the walk is just once a year in Bowling Green, we're able to keep fundraising and keep donating to the Walk in Alzheimer's through December. Total that we've raised over a 2-week span, I think it's over $4,100 at this point, which is really awesome. And we're doing a regional competition with the Walk in Alzheimer's. It's between the Sigma Kappa chapter here, University of Louisville, IUS, and Georgetown College. So our combined total is $33,000. So all of our chapters together all of our chapters are working together to raise that $33,000. So that's one way that our involvement after the walk ends. That's how we continue it. As the philanthropy chair, as in charge of all that, I'm the one that's supposed to be planning the events and raising awareness for all of our philanthropies. One of my favorite events, it's always the kickball tournament. I love seeing all the other chapters come together and play a game that we probably haven't played since 5th grade.
Alzheimer is a fundraiser hosted by the Alzheimer's Association that Sigma Kappa participates in every year as part of our main philanthropy. The purpose of it is to raise money to hopefully one day find a cure for Alzheimer's.
So the walk is just an event that raises awareness and raises money for the Alzheimer's Research Association.
The walk to end Alzheimer's to me is important because I have an uncle who has Alzheimer's, and it's just really touching to see that everybody can come together for one cause and like support that, like go wholehearted with it, like because it is such a big problem in our country because so many individuals do suffer from it. So it is really important to me. It was just in the past like couple years that he started showing signs. He had PTSD, and that makes it a little bit worse. So like, it's just like when you see somebody change like that, it's like they're not themselves anymore, and it's like really hard to watch, especially when you knew them growing up like your whole life, and it's just like not the same anymore, and you really wish it was, but that's just not how it is now, and it's really sad to see.
It means a lot to me actually, because like I do have a lot of family ties to Alzheimer's and stuff, and so I like to be able to do something to raise awareness and not just like post on social media, but to actually go and do something. My great-grandma had it, and that was the first time I had ever been around it or been exposed to it. And so she had it, she completely changed her life. You know, she passed away from all that stuff. And then on my dad's side, his dad's mom had it, and his mom's whole family basically has had it. And so my grandma on my dad's side has it now. And I'm older now than when my great-grandma had it. I was only in like 6th grade when my grandma died, or my great-grandma died. So like I was really young when she got it, but now like being older and being more aware of everything with my grandma, and her sister just passed away from it like 3 or 4 years ago. So, and it's my grandma has it now. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have it. My mom's probably gonna get it. It's just like in our family lineage.
So my grandmother has Alzheimer's, and she has been my biggest role model since I was little. Growing up, she would call me all the time, like at least once a week. We live in different states, and she would say, "You're gonna be the president of the United States, you're gonna move the world, you're gonna make such a big impact." And in the past 3 or 4 years, she started to slowly forget who I am and who my family is. So that's my connection to Alzheimer's.
This disease matters to me. Like raising awareness, like it matters to me, because like this is gonna sound so selfish, but I don't want to get it. And if somehow with the money we raise and the awareness we raise between now and the time that I'm like 80, we find a cure for it, I want that cure because I don't want it. And I don't want my mom to have it. So I want my mom, like there to be a cure to be found. And so being able to do something to help find a cure is really like important to me.
It is such a big problem like in our elderly community, and I am pretty passionate about the elderly community. I love to go and visit like when it's possible like write letters. It's just like, there's such a neglected community, and with Alzheimer's on top of that, like the way that they're portrayed is like less in a way, but they just have so much to give to our community in a way. Like they have so much knowledge. So it's just like, the reason I participate is because I'm just so passionate about them.
I participate in the walk because I want to see a world without Alzheimer's one day, and I don't want anybody else to feel the hurt and the pain that myself and so many other families have gone through, and I think that's what this walk is for.
I love that the whole Greek community comes together for it, and the whole community in general, like everyone will come out and just take a walk around campus or around the city, and I think that's super cool because we're all like united for something that is important.
I love that, well, I get to do it with all my sisters. That's super fun. But I love seeing like other people on campus get involved as well, and like the rest of the community, because it just kind of brings you all together. The flowers are really cool too, when they put those in the yard, and it's just like shows like the sheer amount of people that are actually affected by Alzheimer's. So it's just like, it's really like moving to see, I guess.
I love to see the different representation that goes by. Each year there's a man that holds up a blue flower, which means I have been impacted by Alzheimer's personally. And I just love seeing the people go out and everybody trying to raise awareness for this cause.
Well, before I really, I didn't really think about it too much. Like I was just like, oh, it's just like, it's a part of life. But when I realized that my Uncle Eddie had it, I was really trying to get more involved in like that type of philanthropy. And then when I joined Sigma Kappa and having that as our philanthropy, or one of our philanthropies, it really, like it kind of brought me like closure, knowing that I'm doing something in a way, that I'm not just like ignoring it, because it is such like a big part of like my family's lives now.
It's really brought me closer to more people who's experienced it, because like not where I'm from, but like not a lot of people in my high school like had to deal with that, or not a lot of people in my middle school have to deal with stuff like that. So it's really cool like talking to other girls who like have the same experience as me, and who can like help me when I don't know what to say, or like what to do, or like how to react to certain situations.
So growing up, I didn't understand what Alzheimer's meant. I didn't really know why my grandmother forgot who I was. So when I found Sigma Kappa and I was made aware of all of what it entails and how many people are actually impacted by it, I just found a support system that showed me you're not alone, and we will get through it, and it will be okay, and we support you, and we'll find a cure for you. So just that support system has been everything.
Well, the goal is a world without Alzheimer's, of course, but even if we can get like more treatments for Alzheimer's, because it's really just like a super like unknown. Like when you look at Alzheimer's, like there's not a lot that we know, and there's like not a cure, of course. So it's just to have more knowledge about the subject, and eventually a cure, of course.
I want there to be a cure. I don't want my mom to have it. I don't want my kids to have it. Like, I want this thing to be over with.
Of course, like most people, I would love to see a cure for it. At this point in time, I don't think we will see a cure before my grandmother passes and I get to hold up the purple flower, but I would love for my children one day to be able to say, my grandmother has had the cure for it. She is not going to, we're not going to hold up that purple flower for her.
What service means to me is like going and doing something for somebody else, even though you don't have to.
Service is just doing something for someone else. Like it could be as small as like holding the door open for someone else. Like it's anything that helps someone else's day be better.
Service to me means giving back to somebody or something that's much larger than me. And even though I might not know exactly what the deep meaning behind it is, it's the fact that I'm giving back to my community and I'm giving back to these organizations